and welcome once again to Petals from the Rose with Karina. Today we will be talking about the reasons why we suffer and what the value of suffering is. I will be reading from the messages of Bayside. These are messages given from heaven to Sierra Veronica of the Cross. More information can be found at www.smwa.org. And this message here was from Our Lady on October 2nd, 1976. The greatest trials are given, my children, to those who are on the narrow road to the kingdom. If you will study the past lives of your saints, my children, you will understand why I say that penance and suffering are truly the way of the cross. And Our Lady said, May 22nd, 1974, I assure you, my child, could man look into purgatory, he would beg to find, he would search out every moment of his life upon earth a manner to purge himself by penance and suffering. The years are few upon your earth. Time beyond the veil is forever and endless. Our Lady said on September 27th, 1986, Remember, my child, and you will find your suffering much easier to take if you will remember that each pain and each sorrow means that you will offer it up for the priesthood. Now, Our Lady said to Veronica on September 14th, 1976, Remember, my child, I, as your mother, fully understand the great sorrow in your heart. For did I not give my son to the Eternal Father? Did I not have my heart torn asunder by this loss? Yes, my child, I also had a human nature. I could cry. I could be sorrowful. I felt a great sadness, my child. I feel and I give to you the simple lesson. It is only through experience, my child, that we can have true compassion for the sufferer. And especially she was talking to Veronica here. Veronica had actually lost one of her children. It was her youngest son, Raymond. He had accidentally been shot when he was 16 years old. It was very devastating for Veronica. Now Jesus said on May 28, 1983, Yes, my child and my children, my mother has meant to preserve you upon earth without hurt, without suffering, but this cannot be. The sin of Adam and Eve was so great that it has placed man upon the earth to suffer. But once you have learnt, my child and my children, the true value of suffering, you will understand that through this suffering, accepted in good spirit and with firm meaning of reparation for the souls in purgatory, the Eternal Father shall bless anew those who have given themselves as victims offered to the Immaculate Heart of my Mother. And St. Teresa said on October 2nd, 1989, Yes, my sister, no suffering is ever wasted, for you must accept it in the right light, knowing that even our dear Jesus suffered upon earth at the hands of those he loved. And Jesus said on October 6, 1979, You must all understand and practice penance. You must understand the value of suffering, for each and every act of suffering, discomfort, can be offered for the sins of mankind. Even the smallest act of penance can save another. Now, St. Michael spoke on November 1st, 1985. Yes, my child and my children, tell the world immediately that the Holy Father suffers greatly, for he, too, has been given insights in visions to know what lies ahead for him. But he is willing to suffer all for the salvation of souls and the good of the Holy Church. And here St. Michael is speaking about Pope John Paul II. Now, Our Lady said on November 20th, 1978, My children, are there so few who will suffer for the faith? Are my children lost to the need for suffering and martyrdom for the faith? Do you not understand, my children? that martyrdom means immediate entrance into heaven. Is this not worth fighting for? St. Teresa said on September 6, 1975, "Pray more and ask for more suffering, and the Father will give you less. You see, the Father is most gentle, Veronica." And now Our Lady said on September 28, 1974, "It is through suffering that you will gain a measure of perfection." Our Lady said on June 4, 1977, "My children, remember in the days ahead, for they will be days of great trial and suffering. Whenever you feel you despair, you will say, 'My Jesus, my confidence.'" And now Jesus said on June 8, 1972, "Many graces are given through suffering, my child. Many souls can be recovered if you will accept in good spirit the crosses and trials upon you. Offer them in abundance for the recovery of your sisters and brothers. You will find the road filled with roses. The cross will not hurt when you have a reason for the suffering." And now Jesus said on February 1st, 1978, "The graces gained from physical suffering, when offered for a just cause, a meritable cause, for those in purgatory, the graces are threefold." And now Our Lady said to Veronica on March 18, 1973, "You, my child, were not chosen by accident. You were chosen for your strength in suffering." And now Jesus said on November 20th, 1978, "Do not be frightened, my child. For all who receive great graces, much is expected of them. There is a price, my child, to pay for heaven. This price we ask of all is suffering, the way of the cross. No man shall ever be greater than his master." And now Our Lady said on April 13th, 1974, "Each time that you spot your soul, we shall have to send severe penance. We do not wish for you to do penance across the veil. Therefore, in your human state, you must suffer much. It is this manner that is used by the Father to prepare you when you come over the veil. That is the secret, my child, of suffering. For we keep, as you would say in your human language, a sheet for scoring, those of merit and those that do not add to merit. Each side with non-merit we cleanse by suffering." The trials. Learn, my children, the value of suffering. They are sent to you for reason. For much of your suffering is your salvation. That concludes our program for today. Once again, thank you for watching, and may God bless you.